what if I tell you the biggest upgrade your content needs in 2026 isn't a better camera or a fancy mic, but a smarter way to use what you already know? Imagine being able to stand out not by repeating what's on the internet, but by actually leveraging your own research, your own insight, and everything you consume instantly. Because let's be real, content creation gets messy fast. You watch multiple videos, read articles, save ideas, and in the moment everything clicks. But when you finally sit down to create, it's gone. You're stuck thinking, where did I see that, or which video had that exact point? And instead of creating something unique, you end up researching the same things everyone else already knows. And that's exactly where a tool like Recall changes the game. It doesn't just store information, it helps you surface the exact insight you have already consumed, so you can create content that actually based on your knowledge, not just generic internet answers. And in today's video, I'll show you how I use it in my workflow to pull specific ideas and create content that feels more original and honestly way more valuable. So let's see how it works. Now let me explain the biggest shift Recall brings in a simple way. Normally we are just consuming content, we watch videos, save things like articles or posts and then forget most of it. But Recall flips that completely. It turns everything you consume into a proper usable knowledge base in just a click. So instead of watching multiple reviews, forgetting key points and rewatching everything again, you get clean summaries, key highlights, structured information, listen to summaries in custom voice and even the ability to ask questions from it. This means you are not starting from scratch every time. You are building on top of everything you have already learned. Now let me make this super practical with a real example. Let's say I'm planning a video like Android versus iOS. Which one should you actually choose? Now normally my process would be all over the place. I would watch a bunch of YouTube comparison, read articles, check opinion from creators, maybe compare features like customization, privacy, ecosystem, and even after all that plus my own experience, everything still feels scattered. It's like I have the information, but it's not organized in a way that actually helps me write. And that's exactly where Recall changes everything. So instead of juggling all that chaos, I can turn it into a proper structured script in just a few minutes. And it only takes 3 simple steps. So let me quickly show you how it works. Step 1. Save everything in one click. Now for research, this is where things get really practical. The other day I was watching a 20-minute deep dive video comparing Android and iOS, covering customization, app ecosystem, performance, long-term updates, all that stuff. Now normally I would tell myself I will save this and watch it later. And yeah, that later almost never comes. But instead I just used Recall and in just one click it pulled out everything that actually mattered. It broke the video into sections like performance, UI experience, privacy, and real-world usage and even gave me a full transcript. Now here is where it gets really powerful. You're not just scheming anymore. You can literally ask something like, find me the exact point where iOS updates were discussed, or show me when Android customization was compared, and it takes you straight to that exact moment in the video. So instead of rewatching the entire video or scrubbing through the timeline, I just jump directly to the exact insight I need, and that alone saves a crazy amount of time. And the best part, this isn't just limited to your desktop. A lot of ideas don't come when you're sitting at your desk, they come when you are just scrolling randomly. And with the mobile app, you can just hit share and instantly save anything. Articles, comparison, even podcast, everything lands in one place. And what's really cool is how it organizes all of this. Every piece of content turns into a clean structured card. So instead of messy bookmarks or random saves, you actually have something you can come back to and use when it's time to create. Step 2. Chat and ask questions like a pro. Now comes the part that honestly feel a little unfair. Once you have saved your content, you can actually chat with it. You can ask things like, which is better for customization, Android or iOS? Or how does iOS handles long-term updates compared to Android? And instead of giving some generic answers, Recall responds using the exact content you have already saved. And on top of that, you can also choose to chat with the web, or even use a Recall plus web mode, which is basically the best of both worlds. It turns your entire knowledge base into something you can actually interact with. You can also pick your AI model, ChatGPT, Gemini, or just let it auto-select. And if you have done your own testing or notes, you can upload those too, which makes everything even more powerful. So whenever you want to verify something or quickly find a detail, you just ask. and get a clear, reliable answer instantly. Step 3. Script writing become 10x easier. Now imagine you're finally sitting down to write your script after all that research. Normally, this is where things get messy. 10 tabs open, double checking facts and trying to remember random details from different sources. But with Recall, the whole flow changes. Instead of you running back to the internet, you start by talking to your own knowledge. You open the agentic chat and ask something like, which is better for long-term usage, Android or iOS? And the answer you get isn't generic. It is based on your research you saved. So basically, when you're finally writing your script, you don't need to keep jumping between tabs anymore. All your saved research and notes are already there. You just ask, recall the info and quickly verify facts. It makes the whole scripting process way smoother and honestly feels 10x easier. Now another super underrated benefit is idea generation. When you keep saving content regularly, Recall actually starts connecting everything in the background. So on the day when you're stuck, you can simply ask it something like, give me video ideas based on my saved content along with a suitable title, and it will start suggesting unique topics based on your own content that you have saved. It's honestly pretty awesome because it helps you get past creative block without overthinking. Now Recall isn't just for creators, it's super useful in everyday life too. Think about students watching lecture, reading PDFs and saving articles but struggling to revise later. Recall turns all that into organized notes with summaries, making revisions quick and easy. Also, if you're learning a new skill like coding, designing, or even cooking, you can save tutorials and just ask questions instead of searching again. It's also great for professionals handling research, report, or client work, where everything stays structured and easy to access. So basically, if you consume information regularly, Recall helps you stay organized, save time, and actually use what you learn instead of forgetting it. Now honestly, I'll say this from my personal experience. Recall isn't just another tool I tried and forget about. It's something I genuinely use almost every single day. Whether I am researching a video, learning something new, or just saving random ideas, everything goes into one place. And more importantly, I can actually use it later. I'm not stuck researching or trying to remember things anymore. I just build on what I already know. And if you want to try it out, you can get started for free. You can use my code Extreme25 to get 25% off the subscription. Now it is only valid till 1st June 2026. So yeah, definitely worth checking out before that expires. Now at the end, let's make things a bit more fun. I have created a quick quiz using Recall to test how much you actually know about Android and iOS, and more importantly, which side you are really on. So you can quickly take the quiz using the link in the description down below and share your results in the comments down below.